If you've spent years feeling different, misunderstood, like you just couldn't keep up with the world around you, perhaps it was never your fault. Welcome to Understanding the Hidden Struggles of Autism, Adult Autism Unmasked, a series for adults discovering they might be on the autism spectrum and the families who walk with them.
I bet you didn't know how intertwined autism and addiction can be. Addiction casts a long shadow, affecting millions of lives. For autistic adults, this struggle can be even more isolating, often hidden in plain sight. Many turn to substances not out of recklessness, but as a way to cope with a world that feels overwhelming. Imagine a world that feels too loud, too bright, too much to handle. This is the daily reality for many autistic individuals. The urge to find relief from this sensory overload can be powerful. Substances like alcohol or drugs can provide temporary escape, dulling the intensity of the world. Social situations, often confusing and anxiety-inducing, can also fuel the desire to self-medicate. What appears to be a choice is often a desperate attempt to find peace in the chaos. This is not a sign of weakness, but a reflection of the unique challenges faced by autistic individuals. It's time to shed light on this hidden struggle and offer understanding and support instead of judgment. There is hope, and it begins with recognizing addiction for what it often is, a coping mechanism for a world that often feels too much to bear. For most people, navigating the world is relatively straightforward. For autistic individuals, it can feel like navigating a minefield of sensory overload and social confusion. Imagine being bombarded by a cacophony of sounds, each one amplified and distorted. The hum of fluorescent lights can feel like a physical pressure. The scent of perfume, pleasant to some, becomes a nauseating assault. This constant sensory bombardment can be incredibly stressful, leading to anxiety, meltdowns, and a desperate need for relief. Social interactions present another set of challenges. Autistic individuals often struggle with nonverbal cues, social scripts, and the nuances of conversation. This can lead to misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and a sense of profound isolation. Imagine the frustration of not being able to understand social cues, of feeling like an outsider in every conversation. The desire to fit in, to connect with others, is universal. But for autistic individuals, the social world can feel like a foreign country with indecipherable rules. It's no surprise, then, that many turn to substances as a way to cope. Alcohol can dull the sharp edges of sensory input. Drugs can provide a sense of euphoria or detachment. For a brief time, the world feels manageable, even enjoyable. But this escape is fleeting, and the underlying challenges remain.
The path to addiction for autistic individuals is often paved with missed signals and misdiagnoses. Many autistic adults go undiagnosed or misdiagnosed well into adulthood. This is partly due to a lack of awareness and understanding of autism, especially in women and girls. Symptoms of autism can be mistaken for other conditions, such as anxiety, depression, or obsessive-compulsive disorder. This can lead to years of ineffective treatment and a growing sense of frustration and despair. When autistic traits are unrecognized, challenging behaviors may be misinterpreted as simply defiant or oppositional. This lack of understanding can be incredibly damaging, preventing individuals from receiving the support and accommodations they need to thrive. Instead of addressing the underlying neurological differences, the focus shifts to managing external behaviors. This can create a vicious cycle where autistic individuals are punished for behaviors they don't fully understand or control, further fueling anxiety and the urge to self-medicate. The mask of addiction can further conceal the underlying autism. Substance use can mask autistic traits, making it even more difficult to recognize the true nature of the struggle. This is why it's crucial to look beyond the surface, to ask deeper questions and to consider autism as a possibility even when addiction is present.
The journey to recovery for autistic individuals often begins with a correct diagnosis of autism. This can be a life-changing moment, offering validation, understanding, and a new lens through which to view past experiences. It's never too late to seek a diagnosis. If you suspect you or a loved one might be on the autism spectrum, reach out to a qualified professional specializing in autism diagnosis in adults. This could be a psychologist, psychiatrist, or therapist with specific expertise in this area. Diagnosis involves a comprehensive assessment of developmental history, social communication patterns, sensory sensitivities, and repetitive behaviors. Finding the right professional who understands the complexities of autism in adults is essential. Don't be afraid to ask about their experience and approach to working with autistic individuals. A correct diagnosis is the first step towards receiving appropriate support and developing coping strategies that truly address the underlying challenges. Remember, there is no shame in seeking help. It takes courage to confront addiction and to explore the possibility of autism. By taking this step, you are embarking on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Recovery from addiction is possible for everyone, but it's essential to recognize that what works for one person may not work for another. Autistic individuals require tailored treatment approaches that consider their unique sensory profiles, communication styles, and social challenges. Traditional addiction treatment programs, while well-intentioned, often fail to address the specific needs of autistic individuals. For example, group therapy sessions, a cornerstone of many programs, can be overwhelming and anxiety-provoking for someone with autism. The fast-paced nature, nonverbal cues, and social dynamics can be difficult to navigate. Individual therapy, with a therapist experienced in working with autistic adults, is crucial. This provides a safe and supportive environment to explore the root causes of addiction, develop coping mechanisms, and address co-occurring mental health conditions. Sensory sensitivities should also be taken into account. Treatment centers should strive to create sensory-friendly environments, minimizing noise and visual clutter. Offering sensory tools, such as weighted blankets, noise-canceling headphones, or fidget toys, can help individuals manage sensory overload and regulate their emotions.
Sensory sensitivities, a hallmark of autism, play a significant role in the relationship between autism and addiction. For autistic individuals, the world can feel like a constant sensory assault. Sounds are amplified, lights are blinding, and textures can be unbearable. This sensory overload can lead to anxiety, stress, and a desperate need to escape. Substances can provide temporary relief from this sensory bombardment. Alcohol, for example, can dull the senses, making the world feel quieter and less intense. Certain drugs can alter sensory perceptions, creating feelings of euphoria or detachment. While this may seem like a solution, it's a dangerous cycle. The relief is short-lived, and the underlying sensory sensitivities remain. This can lead to increased substance use to achieve the same level of comfort, ultimately worsening the addiction. Understanding the link between sensory sensitivities and addiction is crucial for developing effective treatment strategies. Treatment should include sensory regulation techniques, such as deep pressure therapy, mindfulness exercises, and sensory diets. These strategies can help individuals manage sensory overload in healthy ways, reducing the urge to self-medicate.
Section 7. Social challenges and substance use, seeking connection and acceptance. The desire for social connection is a fundamental human need. However, for autistic individuals, navigating the social world can be like trying to decipher a foreign language. Social cues can be confusing, conversations can be overwhelming, and building relationships can feel like an insurmountable challenge. This social disconnect can lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and low self-esteem, increasing the risk of substance use as a way to cope. Some individuals may turn to alcohol or drugs to feel more confident or at ease in social situations. Others might use substances to numb the pain of social rejection or to escape the anxiety of social interactions. It's important to recognize that behind the addiction, there's often a deep longing for connection and acceptance. Treatment programs need to address these social challenges, providing opportunities for individuals to develop social skills in safe and supportive environments. Group therapy, tailored to the needs of autistic individuals, can be beneficial. By interacting with others who understand their experiences, individuals can build confidence, practice social skills, and develop meaningful connections.
Section 8. Building a support system. The importance of understanding and acceptance. Recovering from addiction is rarely a solitary journey. For autistic individuals, having a strong support system is paramount. This includes family members, friends, therapists, and peers who understand the unique challenges of autism and addiction. Educating loved ones about autism is crucial. When families and friends understand the sensory sensitivities, communication styles, and social difficulties associated with autism, they can provide more effective support. This understanding fosters empathy, reduces judgment, and creates a more accepting and supportive environment for the individual in recovery. Support groups specifically for autistic adults in recovery can be invaluable. These groups provide a safe and non-judgmental space for individuals to share their experiences, connect with others who understand, and gain strength from one another's journeys. It's also important for autistic individuals in recovery to connect with the broader autism community. This can provide a sense of belonging, reduce feelings of isolation, and offer opportunities for peer support and advocacy.
Section 9. Finding Hope. Embracing neurodiversity and celebrating success. Recovery from addiction is not just about abstaining from substances. It's about embracing a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. For autistic individuals, this includes celebrating their neurodiversity and recognizing their unique strengths and talents. The autism community is filled with individuals who have overcome challenges, defied expectations, and made significant contributions to the world. By focusing on their strengths and passions, autistic individuals in recovery can build self-esteem, find joy, and create a life they love. It's essential to challenge the stigma surrounding both autism and addiction. These are not labels that define a person, but rather aspects of their experience. By shifting the narrative from one of deficit to one of diversity and potential, we create a more inclusive and supportive society. Recovery is a journey of self-discovery and growth. For autistic individuals, it's an opportunity to embrace their authentic selves, to celebrate their neurodiversity, and to live a life true to their values and aspirations. Section 10. A Brighter Future. Living Authentically and Thriving with Autism. The intersection of autism and addiction presents unique challenges, but it also offers a powerful opportunity for growth, understanding, and hope. By recognizing addiction as a coping mechanism, addressing the underlying challenges of autism, and providing tailored treatment and support, we can empower autistic individuals to overcome addiction and live fulfilling lives. Recovery is not about fitting into a neurotypical mold, but about embracing one's neurodiversity and creating a life that celebrates individual strengths and passions. With the right support, autistic individuals can navigate the complexities of life, build meaningful connections, and thrive in a world that values their unique perspectives and contributions. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards are immeasurable. By fostering understanding, acceptance, and inclusivity, we can create a brighter future for autistic individuals, a future where they can live authentically, embrace their potential, and make their mark on the world. If you or someone you know is struggling with autism and addiction, seek help and support. Share your story, and together we can build a community of understanding and hope. I bet you didn't know.
It's time to take off the mask and finally be seen. Thank you for spending time with us today. If this helped you understand yourself or someone you love, please like, share, and subscribe to help this message reach others. Special thanks to the healthcare workers, counselors, educators, and advocates who help us be seen, understood, and supported. You're not alone, you're not broken.